scared little child, never allowed to be her. She hides in her room, all alone, afraid of the world, afraid of her surroundings. No one comes to check on her. This sweet, innocent child who in a moment has been wounded, her spirit shut down, her light dimming, never to be seen again. She becomes someone else. It's not safe to be her. This is the view from which she lives her life. This is the place from which she creates her reality from. Her body grows, and yet the child remains, yearning to be seen, yearning to be heard, loved, never really understanding this life, and yet never giving up hope. Hope that one day would happen. She would be seen, she would be heard, she would be loved, taken care of, and then one day it happens. She meets her teachers. She starts to honor those walls that have protected her all those years. She embraces her beautiful child, connects to her divine gifts. Her heart opens up to gratitude, to forgiveness, to love, to adoration, to brilliance. She now has the honor to embrace herself, her power, her femininity, her rainbow unique self, her gifts to the divine. Tears of joy fill her eyes. Life is so precious. Every attention, every connection. So grateful for all of you, for this journey, for every new experience, for every new launch, for every new program. So much to create, so much to manifest. Love you all. Manifesting Mama. So that was my old story. My new story is that I help my clients to create the life that they want. When we clear out all our limited beliefs, everything that is stuck in our head that is no longer serving us, we get to focus on our goals, everything we want, and it's all steam ahead. So, with the help of Robin, after some brainstorming, and my engineering husband, I wanted to try to give you a visual of what it was like, what it's like as I take a person through the experience of when they first come into my door, because by the time they've come into my door, life isn't working for them. They're struggling either physically in pain, with money, somewhere in their life they're struggling and they've had it, and they've tried everything else, and I'm the last resort. So this is your brain, and these are your ideas. Remember as a child you had dreams, and you had excitement, and everything was a joy. Every new day was a great experience. You had fun, right? So these are all your marbles. These are all your dreams and your fantasies. And then you grow up. Let's see, so these are all the things that happen to you along the way. So maybe your siblings didn't include you, and that goes in there. Maybe you were in kindergarten and your teacher embarrassed you. Now hopefully this will work. Then, when she embarrassed you, everybody laughed at you. And you started believing that the world was laughing at you. Then you grew up and you had your first crush in high school. And then that didn't go well. What?
Or the second.
Or the second. Or the third.
Marriage.
And then what's that?
Or the marriage.
Or the marriage. Next.
Or the other voters.
Okay, just keep going, yeah. So the second marriage and the third.
That's a stupid guy right there.
Or woman. Then the car accident that your body still hasn't recovered from. The skiing accident your body still hasn't recovered from. Anything else, Lee?
The senior discount I haven't recovered.
The senior discount that my employee gave everybody their money back for. Now I'm paying to give my oil away.
That's John Juskauskas.
Huh?
That's Juskauskas, not me.
No, you were giving it away.
for
Sorry.
free.
Sorry.
The get-rich-quick money business scheme?
All the scams I tried that didn't work, all the money I lost, everything I lost. So can you see how all of that is kind of hiding your dreams? It's on top of your dreams. So I might need a volunteer for this. Who needs a volunteer?
Yeah, what's volunteer? Lee.
So remember, that's your brain.
This is your brain on Joe's.
This is your brain. Okay, so Lee, you're gonna put that in there. You're gonna pull this up.
I'm gonna hold this up. Well, now you're asking for a lot.
Right.
That's your brain. And this is your spinal cord, okay? So this is a very tight, it's got all this stress.
Back to the future.
We're back to the future. So then you come to my office and we see, just like that, just a little. So then we see this, this one marriage. Oh, she made you feel like that.
Good thing it's over.
We gotta heal that. What did you learn from that? Honor it and get rid of that.
It looks like my hair. Are you gonna pull it out?
The next divorce, what did we learn from that? We're gonna heal that. We're gonna heal the body from a car accident. Yay, one dream came through. We're starting, right? Then we're gonna heal the body from the accident. Oh God, this may not go right.
Jackpot.
So as we start healing all these ideas, all these limiting beliefs that are no longer serving you, your ideas start to grow and they start to flow. And when we heal all these parts of us, then all those ideas and thoughts that you have, you can focus on, like that book you always wanted to write, or that business you wanted to create. But before we heal them, they're all stuck and trapped and hiding. And these limiting beliefs couldn't go. And this is when, in first grade, everybody laughed at you. And when you heal that and realize that you've been powerful all these years, then you get to manifest even more.
Babies.
There's still one in there. So does that kind of make sense? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so is that a good visual?
It's awesome.
Very
It's so cool.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, because I don't want marbles all over the floor.
But Jackie, it also, your stuff works for people that aren't, not everybody comes in upset, right? Does it work for people that are not upset? Can it work to help you, like you say you're golfers, some of them are not all upset, right?
Right. People usually come through my door who have either physical pain that they're tired of living with. I don't normally have people who come in and say, wow, I'm really feeling great, I want you to make me feel better.
They come to me.
Yeah. I would love those people, but they just don't show up at my door. And the usually golfers still have pain. Yes, they want to get their score better, but that's not what they're thinking of at this time. They don't think of me for that. Mostly they come to me for pain. Usually they've had pain for a long time. They've tried everything. And on every client I have ever had, underneath all our physical pain is some wound, some trauma that they are still thinking about. That movie, that story is still playing in their head and running their lives. For example, we did a whole class last night on money. And so people came up with disappointment. When you're constantly thinking about disappointment, it's not just in one area of your life, it's everywhere, it's across the board. It's in, if you look back, you'll start to realize how many relationships went bad. How many things, how many times a day do you get disappointed? Even just go to the grocery store, you can get disappointed. You get frustrated with the person you have encountered. You can get annoyed and can you stand up here? So it's just a constant thing. So even though it's the physical pain, underneath everything is a wound, a trauma that we have not gotten through with. And I know it doesn't make sense, it doesn't seem right, but after working on hundreds of people, it's the bottom line. And most times, we can even track this back to our inner child, to around, elementary school or middle school, something that happened. You took on a belief about yourself because maybe you were being too loud, maybe you were being too obnoxious, and they were like, you're too sensitive, you're too this, you're too that, slow it down, quiet, and you learn to be something else, not yourself. So then we stop being who we were here to be, who we were, who we are in our natural state. And when you start to let go of all these beliefs, all these things that people told you you had to be, then you get to create your programs. You get to create what you were put here to create. Otherwise, you don't know that. Some people want to write a book, and they're too afraid. I had a new client yesterday who she's a coach, but she's too afraid to be seen. Because when her dad died at the age of 13, she saw everybody else around her being sad, and she shut down because it was too much for that 13-year-old to deal with that much pain. So she decided she didn't have any needs. She wasn't going to need anything or want anything from anybody. She wasn't going to bother anybody. So she shut down. Well, now that she's trying to get her business out in a bigger way, she has to clear that up because she's in fear every time she thinks about going big. So how many of us have our own businesses and we're trying to go big and we can't? Because we meet that wall every time we try. Oh my God, I gotta get up and do a 45-second call. I can't do that. Well, why can't you do that? What was the event that caused you to shut down? And usually it's something traumatic. Sometimes there's just little things.